Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Midfield Pivot. This week, or this show, sorry, today's show is about the weekend takeaways. Little recap of some of the games we saw this week and what my thoughts on them. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Chelsea FC are world champions. Yes, Chelsea are world champions. N'Golo Kante is the first world champion and club world champion. This is after Chelsea beat Palmeiras in the Club World Cup final. After extra time 2-1 to win that trophy. Well, how important is that trophy? Really, it's got prestige. It's got its prestige. You get that nice gold badge in the middle of your shirt so that you've won the Club World Cup. Essentially, teams like Chelsea, European teams anyway, play I think 2 games to win that tournament. So they play a game called the semi-final and they play the final. And they win those 2 games and win the tournament. While lower ranked teams from the lower ranked confederations, your African clubs, your Asian teams, had to play more like 4 games. It's almost like glorified charity shield. I guess some of the comments there from the guy from ESPN said that they were away there on a holiday, essentially in Dubai, playing 2 friendlies, and they win a tournament, Club World Cup. So I myself don't really think it's that important. However, end of the day, as long as the team thinks it's important, that's the biggest thing, and they're very happy about winning this cup. So kudos to them, kudos to Chelsea for winning a Club World Cup, and they are world champions. However, mind the gap, guys. Mind the gap. The gap has grown immensely now. I don't know if they would rather have played those league fixtures and won that, but probably would tell you that they would have rather played the Club World Cup game than play the league fixtures. But anyway, well done to Chelsea, Club World Cup champions, world champions, I guess. What can be said about Man United? What can you say about Man United? Man United played out to a 1-1 draw against Southampton over the weekend. This is their second draw in a row. First draw was against Burnley. Sorry, third draw in a row, because you count the FA Cup game that they lost on penalties. That was also another draw. So they've had 3 1-1 draws in a row. All 3 games they scored first, and in the second half, right after the halftime break, in fact, within the first 5 minutes of halftime, they conceded an equalizing goal, and then huffed and puffed and couldn't score a second goal. This is a pattern that's been occurring for Man United for the past 3 games. Is it something to worry about? Look, it all depends on who you're sitting. If you are expecting Man United to, be in the top 4, playing Champions League next season, and that's your desire or your want for that team, then yes, it's a concern. If you expected Man United to be doing that well, if you expected Man United to be performing at that level, then yes, it's something which you should be worried about. However, if you see Man United of what they actually are, a team in transition that's really hasn't even really hit rock bottom, because as much as they've had these 3 draws, this is only Ralph Rangnick has only lost 2 games. I think he's lost 2 games since he's got here. Now that just shows that the team is not terrible, it's just not great. So it hasn't reached a point where it's terrible, that that rock bottom where from there it's just a bounce up. I think I've said this before when it comes to Man United. Man United fans are in for a bumpy ride, in for a bumpy couple of months going forward, in for a bumpy next season, unless things change drastically. This is a team that requires a complete overhaul, not just of playing staff, in my opinion, but from the top down, from the owners, board, coaches, guys making football decisions, guys not making football decisions, the priorities of the club, how the club is run. All that needs to change for them to be able to recapture, I guess, the glory days. 5 games. The last 5 games they played: draw against Southampton, draw against Burnley, draw against Middlesbrough. They beat West Ham, luckily, and they beat Brentford, which was the last game where they were sort of convincing. They had a terrible January transfer window. It's really weird to see a team, instead of getting stronger during January, to actually get weaker. They've lost a lot. They've lost a lot of players. They lost a lot of depth. It's a mess, man. If you look at the mood around the club as well, the despondency I mean, the way Ronaldo is playing is un-Ronaldo like. He's almost like given up. You got Maguire who just keeps making mistake after mistake after mistake every week and doesn't get dropped. You got Bruno who has lost that spark as well. I mean, to show exactly the lack of depth I'm talking about, Ranić only made 2 subs in this game because that's all he could do on the. I mean, if you look at his bench, he didn't really have anybody. He had Matic and Mata, the Hannibal kid, Ilanga. He had Lingard. He had Lindelof. He had Bailly. He had Aman Pisaka. I mean, what changes could he possibly make to try and answer that game other than bring on Ilanga and Lingard? And it wasn't enough. In fact, going forward, there won't be enough for him to do. It's crazy to say, but I think this is as good as Man United are going to be for a while until there's drastic changes. So yeah, Man United fans, keep saying, guys, it's going to get worse. Then looking at a few of the other games that happened during this weekend, we had Everton beating Leeds 3-0. The interesting thing about this game is that Donny van der Beek started in a holding role in midfield, a role that Man United said he couldn't play. He started in a holding role in midfield, played 90 minutes of the Frank Lampard, and gave Lampard his first win at home. Fantastic game by Donny, very dominant in midfield, especially going forward. A bit, lacking a bit there defensively, especially next to Alan, but going forward showed a bit of the spark which the Man United fans have been saying that he has, and what why they've been calling for him to play so much. It was a very interesting game. The Rodrigo from Leeds hit the post twice, very unlucky not to score. Pickford was terrible as usual. I mean, like I say, the interesting part about this game was that the fact that Donny played well and that Everton won 3-0. Then you have Norwich against Man City. And again, nothing really to write home about here. Nothing surprising for us. City beat Norwich 4-0. Wasn't even a sweat for them, really. I don't think Norwich even had a chance at goal. Or they did have a chance at goal where Ederson made sort of pull off an okay save. But nothing much really happened in this game for them. Sterling hit a hat-trick against a Norwich team, which I think what Norwich did, they said that this is not a game for us to win. We're not competing against Man City, which is very smart to them. These aren't the people we're competing against. They big games are against teams like Newcastle, Watford, Leeds, those sort of players, those sort of teams, Southamptons, Brightons. Those are the games that need to show up and really play hard at. This game against City, if we play well and we're lucky to get a goal, then yeah. But if we don't really get a goal and you get hammered 4-0, it doesn't really matter to us at the end of the season, really, because it's not a team we're competing against. So yeah, no really much to say there. City increased that gap against the gap between them and Liverpool to 9 points, even though Liverpool have that game in hand, so it could be 6 points. So yeah, it's not that bad. 9-point gap there for City for City from Liverpool. So yeah, that's really all that happened in this game. Then you had the Spurs Wolves game. Spurs inconsistency is something that Conte needs to really try and sort out. It's not an easy fix. There's no quick fix there. It's not an easy thing to fix, but yeah, you need to sort out the inconsistency that is seen from Spurs. Hopefully, with more time, he'll be able to rectify those mistakes. I mean, he even said, a quote from Conte is that there is a long path in front of us. It's important not to be scared to face this path. So he knows what needs to be done. It's just that will Spurs back him? Will Levy back him enough to make the change you need to make? Because it's all about spending money once again and changing the message to the club. Conte can do it. He just needs the support. Right, up to my favorite part of the show, team of the weekend. In goals, straight I got this get into it, guys. In goals, with Ederson from Man City. The reason why he's there, he kept like one or two the 2 chances that Norwich had, he kept them out. Doing performance, as usual, really good at his feet. Played a few long passes there to unlock, to get players behind that packed defense. So yeah, Ederson's in the team for that. In defense, we have Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker had an assist, the first assist in a while actually. Long time since Kyle Walker's had an assist. Got an assist against Norwich for one of the goals. So very nice of the old man showing up again at Team of the Week. Next to him there, Ruben Diaz, also with an assist. It seems like the defenders this week were the premium players to have. They were doing all the assisting and the scoring. So yeah, Diaz and Walker both in the team. Next to them there, we have the guy from Brighton, Webster. Scored his first goal ever. for Brighton there. Very happy for the young man to score his goal there. And then next to him again, another, what's it? He's a legend of the game and right back there. Seamus Coleman from Everton. His first goal in I think 3 years, coming back from a horrific injury, and you know, in Lampard's first home game to play the way he played. It's very nice to see. So that's how he gets his way into our team of the week. In midfield there we have well, obviously Donny. It might be a bit of my bias coming through, but I really enjoyed watching Donny play this weekend. Yes, no goal, no assist, but just the way he controlled the tempo of that game, showing how good it really is. So yeah, it's nice to have Donny in the team of the week. Next to him in the middle there, we have Oyunusi there, the Southampton player, who had an assist there for the goal that Southampton scored. He was a thorn in the side of Man United the whole game. Yes, Man United have a tendency of making whatever midfielder they play against look like prime Pirlo Iniesta, but Oyunusi took advantage of that. Took advantage of McTominay, was always in space, was always getting the team taking over. So yeah, it was in the team of the week. On either side of them, I have Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen, the form this boy is on is immense. He scored a goal in every game. In the past 4 games, he scored a goal or had an assist. So he's actually keeping West Ham in the challenge single-handedly. So it's nice to see him actually get a goal here and be the team of the week. On the other side, we have Phil Foden, first goal in a while. I mean, this guy's a future star. A joy to watch as well. Up front, Sterling with the hat trick. We've got to give Sterling his props there. Hat trick, first hat trick in a while. First time he scored many goals. Playing in a false nine position there for Man City. It's not an easy position to play. It's not an easy position to play, especially with someone like him who gets a lot of chances, doesn't take all of them. So the fact that he was able to play in that position and score a hat trick, it's well, fine. It's Norwich, I know, but still, a hat trick there for Sterling earns him a place in team of the week. And then there's Raul Jimenez, who tormented the Spurs defense. Yes, it is Spurs. But yeah, he still had to put his shots away. So yeah, guys, that's my team of the week. Let me know what you think. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Thanks for giving the channel the chance. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the likes and the subscriptions, and thanks for all the interactions I get on social media as well. We'd be nothing without y'all. So yeah, thanks for your support. Till next time, peace.